Welcome to the weekly recap from We Are Soccer. Congratulations to the Eagles. Crystal Palace, you have won your first major trophy, the FA Cup. Congratulations. That's what a hell of a game. Deserved. We got a lot of talking points out of that game we're going to talk about today. Because should Dean Henderson have received a red card? I don't know. We'll talk about it. All right. We're also talking about the race for the top 5 in the EPL. Who is going to nail down those final spots and make it through to the Champions League next year? We're also going to talk the Europa League Final, Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Both dumpster fire clubs right now, but one of them will be in the Champions League next year. We've also got some news and rumors. Aston Villa's goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez is headed, or potentially could be headed, where? We got a couple of thoughts on that, and we'll see what happens. But why don't we just jump right in? Let's go.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, folks, welcome into the weekly recap from We Are Soccer. Appreciate you joining us. Do me a huge favor. Give us a like, give us a subscription, give us a share. And if you're on the good old YouTubes, press that little bell, the little follow ding-a-ding-ding bell. That alerts you when we go live with our newest content. We would very much appreciate if you did that. We got a lot to get to today. We're going to start it off with that FA Cup game. Manchester City, the favorites against the up-and-comers of Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace, the Eagles, have been playing very well this year. Sit 12th in the Premier League. They beat Aston Villa, my Aston Villa, 4-1 in the semifinal and outplayed Villa, to be honest. I mean, all credit to Crystal Palace. Really did outplay them in the semifinal. And into the final they went against, as I said, heavily favorited Manchester City. Tell you what, though, 1-0 to the Eagles. Chris Richards, the American, leading the way in the back line. Just what a phenomenal display from Crystal Palace. I love the fact that it's their first major trophy that they've won. I think it's awesome. Really well way to do it. Eberechi Eze with the goal, as they like to say. Eze puts the ball in the back of the net. What a player he is. Does he remain at Crystal Palace for next year, or is he on his way out? Because there's a lot of clubs who are interested in that guy. I don't know how he's been there for so long. I would have thought by last year he would have been picked up. But wow, he's still there. I think he's gone this summer. I think all the big clubs calling. All the big clubs come calling. I think the Bayern Munichs, the Arsenals, the Manchester Uniteds, the Manchester Cities, the Aston Villas, the Bayern Munichs, the Barcelonas, the Real Madrids, they all come calling for Eberechi Eze because the kid is a star. He scores goals in the big games. What a player he is. Love the fact that he was the one who put the ball in the back of the net. Now, there were some talking points in this game. If you didn't watch it, if you didn't watch the game, you missed the big talking point in the first half. The ball goes through. Erling Haaland, bouncing ball, in on goal. Dean Henderson, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, is out of his box. He backs up. He looks down and he thinks, I'm probably inside the box, and he slaps away the ball. Now, he wasn't inside the box. He was inside the box, but the ball with his hand was outside the box. Clear as day. Clear as day. Slaps the ball away from Erling Haaland. If Dean Henderson doesn't do that, Erling Haaland puts the ball into the back of the net. Absolutely, I think Dean Henderson left in no man's land. Haaland takes a touch, slots that ball away. Unfortunately for Manchester City and Erling Haaland, the referee called no foul play on. It went to VAR, and I don't know what they were thinking because it was actually denying of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, in my opinion. That's clear as day red card. He should have been gone. Send him off. Why VAR did not send him off? I don't know. I do not know. It blows me away. Brooks, I know you've seen this play.
Yes.
Why? Why was he allowed to be on the pitch? Any ideas why he remained on the pitch there? How that's not a red card? Did VAR just F it up? VAR F'd it up. They've F'd it up. That changes the game.
I don't think it was a handball.
It was definitely a handball. It was definitely a handball, my friend.
As long as it's on the line or in the box, there you go.
It wasn't, though. The ball was clearly over, hadn't come over the line. It was, you know what? I wish I would have saved a picture of this. I wish I would have saved a picture of this. The ball clearly was outside of the box. We've seen millions of still pictures. VAR, this is what VAR is for. They are supposed to go and go back and let's say, oh, look, we've got still pictures. The ball isn't in the box. It's outside of the box. The goalie slaps it away, denying Erling Haaland of a goal-scoring opportunity. What? I don't know.
I agree with Craig.
Hi, Nate. Hi.
Everything you said.
Thank you. So we're talking FA Cup, Crystal Palace winning. Dean Henderson, in my opinion, by the way, Dean Henderson, after that point, was player of the match. He saved Crystal Palace, a dozen times. Balls that just look like they're heading in. He gets a fingertip to it, saves it around. There was no way on earth that Man City was going to score in this game with Dean Henderson in the goal. And by the way, they had a penalty kick. Guess who stepped up to take it? Marmoush. That kind of blew my mind. Erling Haaland is your penalty kick taker. Why was Marmoush taking this penalty kick?
Score a lot of goals in the Bundesliga.
I get it.
Maybe he's better at it.
Maybe. Well, Unfortunately for them, Dean Henderson guessed the way he was going. And don't get me wrong. He hit the ball solid. He hit the ball not quite side netting, but he hit the ball well. Dean Henderson it was perfect height for him. Perfect height. Dean Henderson saves the ball. Erling Haaland sprinted in, tried to play it back, and unfortunately it wasn't to work. At that point, you're just like, wow, this is interesting. How is this going to end up? 1-0 at halftime, and you're just thinking, okay, Man City have all this pressure. They got all these opportunities. If you're a betting man, you're going to put money on Man City to at least tie this up or come back and win it. And that didn't happen. And this game went to 13 minutes of extra time. After the 90th minute, 13 minutes of extra time is played. Dean Henderson is taking his time, as you would expect him to do. Final whistle blows. Pep Guardiola was not happy. He was fuming at Dean Henderson. And they swapped words. Bad look for Pep there, in my opinion. Not like him. He usually doesn't do that with other players. He does that with his own players. Bad look for him, but he was unhappy. 1, that Dean Henderson remained on the pitch, and 2, the time wasting at the end. But listen, Pep, your players would have done the exact same thing in the same situation.
Do you think you heard you on that last one?
I think so.
Listen, Pep.
Listen up, Pep. Here, I know
Tuned
he watches the show.
The one thing that you left out, and I'm not expecting either of you guys to know this.
Go for it.
But I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Glasner.
Oh, wow.
Head coach of Crystal Palace.
I had no idea you were going to bring that up.
Also, former he's Austrian.
Oh, yeah.
Former
You're right. Apologies.
Frankfurt head coach.
See,
who
German coaches
who won them the Europa title, and Frankfurt was 11th or 12th place that year that he did it.
Wow.
Crystal Palace is
12th.
And they won an first ever FA Cup.
First ever major trophy in the history of the club. It's phenomenal.
So hats off to him and his ability to navigate a team through a tournament.
Oliver Glasner has proven himself to be a really good coach. I am interested to see the moves that he makes this summer with the club and how they perform next year. I think he's going to do very well.
I think he's going to sign a player.
You think he's going to sign a player?
Maybe 2.
Sell a bunch of them.
Maybe sell 1 or 2.
Yeah,
His first major objective is holding on to Eberechi Eze and seeing if he can keep him at the club.
Well,
if not, sell him for a lot of money.
Helps that you're playing in Europe.
Yeah, this is true.
Helps that you're playing in Europe.
They are now into the Europa League for next year. So congratulations to the FA Cup winners of 2024-25. Crystal Palace.
So no trophies for Man City this year.
No trophies for Man City.
Wow.
And
Shut
Chris
out.
Richards.
Chris Richards, the
Yeah.
American, who went into the stands and got an American flag at the end and was
Chanted USA, USA as he ran back.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was actually pretty cool. Something that a lot of people don't know about this game, actually, at the end of it, two of the players from Crystal Palace were taken to hospital. Mark Guehi and Adam Wharton went to hospital. Guehi got hit in the eye, and they suspect he had a broken eye socket. So he received his medal, kind of danced around a little bit, and went off to the hospital. Adam Wharton, in the 87th minute, blocked a Kevin De Bruyne shot with the back of his head.
Oh.
He went down for a couple of minutes there. At first, you're like, well, maybe he's just doing a little time wasting, right? But
Nice concussion, probably.
oh, he went into concussion protocol, and after the game, they rushed him off to the hospital. So he didn't even get his medal. Those two did not get to celebrate with the team that night. So yeah.
They got a photo.
That kind of sucks. They got a photo and some videos of all their teammates partying and winning the FA Cup and dancing around. But it's unfortunate for those two players as they did not get to celebrate with the team. Yeah, I mean, but again, congratulations, Crystal Palace, first major trophy for them. Very, very cool. Before we go any further, I do want to say a big thank you to our partners and our sponsors. A big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. Tryouts are coming up. So make sure your kid looks good in front of those coaches at tryouts. Big thank you to Next Level Training Aaron Bird. Hey, he's still got classes available and drop-ins. So if you're looking to do some tryouts with your kids this year, get down to Next Level Training and get trained up. Get those kids trained up before tryouts hit June 7th and 8th. Big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars, MichiganJaguarsFC.com. If you're looking for a new club, they got clubs all over the place here in Metro Detroit. Hit up MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information on that awesome club. And last but not least, a big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. I'm going to be making a call pretty soon to the football doc because I pulled my hamstring and it's pretty bad. It hasn't healed up as I would like. So, football doc, keep your phone on. I'm going to be hitting you up. Yeah.
I thought about calling him about my knee a little bit. Yeah, I'm working through scar tissue still.
You should definitely call the football doc.
My hip still hurts too.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Just
book all three of us at the same time. Let's just go.
Yeah, we're
Let's
just
just
gonna
go.
We'll be in Monday morning. Book us.
We
up,
are
doc.
soccer medical block for 1 hour.
Yes.
At the Atwood.
Yeah, he'd be like, I got you guys down for an hour, but after examining you each need about 2 hours because
Remember that scene? You probably don't because you hate movies and fun things.
Yes,
But you remember that scene in Batman where he went to go get talk to the doctor and whether he could go aggressive cave diving or whatever, and like he's listing off all the injuries. Like, I do not recommend that you go do this or any physical activity
anymore.
I have not seen that.
It's the third Batman.
Damn it!
There's 3 of them?
Yes, the one with Christian Bale.
It's the best one with Bane. He has a mask. No one can understand him.
No idea.
The doctors.
I like the Joker one. Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That's
I got no idea. Anyway, let's jump back.
You were at Comic-Con. You don't know any of this?
I did. I went to Comic-Con today.
Wow.
My kids watch all this stuff, man. I do soccer stuff and do a soccer podcast. I don't know if you know that. My kids watch all the movies. They don't watch me on the YouTubes. They watch the movies on the Netflix and the Disneys and all that. I pay for all of it. Yeah. Comic-Con was awesome today, by the way. Super expensive. Very expensive.
It's the only reason why I've never gone.
Oh, man. Do you want to know what it cost me?
It's probably about $50 just general admission tickets per kid, per person.
Well, okay.
And then you do it. You're going to, if you see any of the guest speakers, then it's or any like autograph lines or anything is then an additional whatever depending on. I know exactly. I've looked into it. It's the only reason why I haven't gone because I went, oh wow.
Yeah.
And I missed this. I should have went because he's dead now. But I could have saw Carl Withers, and he was like actually surprisingly cheap. Because every now and then you get someone cool, and they're like surprisingly cheap.
Yes.
And you're like, oh damn, I'd pay $25 to go see that guy.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $25.30, and I was like, oh, but I couldn't make it that day.
So it cost me, for me to get in today. We were there for about 3 hours. It cost me $40. Cost my wife $40. Kids were free today, Nate. So
Sundays were free?
Sundays are kids free.
Okay.
My wife decided she wanted to wait in line to see Christina Ricci.
Yeah, I saw that photo.
Yeah, so she got a photo and an autograph, Christina Ricci, and that cost $80.
Yeah. Wow, Wednesday's expensive.
Yep. And then each kid obviously wants toys and pictures and that stuff. So probably altogether, I spent about $230, maybe $240 because I love my kids, Brooks, and that's what I do.
No Kelly Kapowski?
No, she was out there.
Oh, man.
I don't think she's been at one of those. There was some other actors and actresses, but anyway. Moving on. We got a lot of other stuff to get to here. All right. Listen, the race, the run-in for the top 5 is heating up, especially after today, where Arsenal beat Newcastle 1-0.
Craig's happy.
I am. That brings them back down. We're going to put that table up in a couple of minutes here, but Arsenal have secured second place all alone. Well done. We didn't think that was ever going to change, but they have now guaranteed themselves Champions League football next year. Well done, Arsenal. Arsenal are also, by the way, came out today after the game. Arteta is challenging the Arsenal board to back him this summer, like they've never backed you before. Okay, come on, this is a little ridiculous.
Why? Because he needs more center backs.
Exactly. He needs more, no. He needs more midfielders.
Yes.
Instead to go ahead and play forward, right? Instead, but Arsenal, by the way, just so you're aware, Arsenal are also set to hold contract talks with Bukayo Saka, William Saliba, Miles Lewis Skelly, and Ethan Nwaneri. While Thomas Partey's existing deal runs out at the end of the season, Kieran Tierney, Raheem Sterling, Neto Jorginho, and Zinchenko are all set to depart. There's a lot of movement going to be happening on the Arsenal squad this summer.
I mean, Tierney's going back to Celtic. Ooh. He's going back to Scotland. Where's Zinchenko going? Bundesliga, right? Isn't that the rumor?
I don't know. I wouldn't want him in my club. I think he's a weak link. Zinchenko's a weak link wherever he goes. I think
Dortmund had interest in him.
Take him at the Bundesliga.
Take him. You don't want him at Stuttgart.
And then you'll win. He'll be on the team that wins a championship.
Take him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you take him.
We got a team like, I don't know, like St. Pauli could use him.
Yeah. Kieran Tierney gone. Raheem Sterling gone. Neto gone. Jorginho gone. And Zinchenko all depart. But they still need to negotiate contracts.
Someone said Jorginho was going to Brazil. Flamengo, I think.
I've heard that one as well. Yeah. Nothing confirmed yet. Just rumors. But he played a little bit today. Not very good. But again, Newcastle, we're all over Arsenal, in my opinion. I thought Newcastle could actually have taken this. David Raya made some saves that were unbelievable in the first 10 or 15 minutes. Double saves, getting down with his foot while he was sitting on his butt in the ground, slapping the ball away. He made some great saves. David Raya, he put himself in some troubles with his feet today, by the way, giving the ball away. But David Raya played the game, in my opinion. Another wonder goal by Declan Rice. Puts Arsenal ahead 1-0, and that's when they hold on. Newcastle without Alexander Isak, though. Minor groin injury, they're saying. I hope that minor groin injury keeps him out for another week, please. I need all of these teams ahead of Villa to lose, because I need Villa to get in the Champions League, and this is the only way forward. We'll talk about that. What's that?
He might be gone.
There's a lot of rumors about him.
Liverpool.
Arsenal want him as well. So maybe that had something to do with it today. I don't know. But Arsenal have been rumored for the last couple of months to be bidding on Alexander Isak. That is the perfect player for them, by the way. The absolute perfect player for them. But unfortunately, it's probably going to cost them $120 million.
That's why he wants the board to back him.
Yeah.
They sell all these players.
You might be right, Brooks.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's talk about that run-in for the top 5. So there's a couple of teams left. We already know Liverpool are there. We already know Arsenal are there. Now you've got Villa, you've got Man City, Newcastle, Forest, and Chelsea. Those are the teams all vying for the last 3 spots. Chelsea have one more game remaining this season, and that is at Nottingham Forest. Villa have one more game remaining. That is at Manchester United. Manchester City have 2 games left as they played this weekend in the FA Cup, as you heard us say. They host Bournemouth midweek, and then they're at Fulham. Newcastle host Everton, and Forest, as we said earlier, are away at Chelsea. So Chelsea, Forest are still holding out hope. Why don't we put up the table real quick here, and we'll see what we're talking about. So here we go.
You want a pen there, dude?
Yeah. Here we go. As you can see, Newcastle in 3rd on 66 points. Chelsea in 4th on 66 points. The only thing separating those two is the goal difference of two goals. Villa in 5th on 66 points, way down on goal difference. They're not going to be able to scoot through on goal difference. And then you've got Manchester City, who fall into 6th, but are game in hand, as we talked about. They'll be playing Bournemouth midweek. They're on 65 points. And Nottingham Forest, also on 65 points, holding out hope. So,
Man, that Forest Chelsea game, depending on what City does, could really be interesting.
Exactly. So Forest still holding out hope. They're going to go to Chelsea on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and they're going to hope to beat Chelsea and get on to 60. They're going to hope to get to 68 points. I hope they get to 68 points. I really hope they do, because that means Chelsea will drop out. I just need Villa to get 3 points to get to 69 points. And then all is good, provided Manchester City don't beat Bournemouth midweek, and then beat Fulham at home in the last game of the season.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to do here. There's a lot going on, but this is the race. This is how tight it is from third all the way down to 7th.
How many European spots does the Premier League get?
They get how many European spots? So the top 5 go Champions League.
Yes.
We already know that the 6th place team will go to Europa. I don't think the 7th place team goes there now because of Crystal Palace. Something we need to check. But
I think I read something where I think that's the case. I think it's Crystal Palace won.
Because they've now
City needed to win.
Yep, City needed to win to retain those spots.
Yeah.
And then so the top 7 will go to the 7th place team will go to Europa Conference League. So I believe that's how that's going to work.
Oh, my Seagulls aren't in there, but that's okay.
No, they're not going to. They do.
It was a good season, though. If we finish top 10, I'll take that.
Yeah, they're way out of it now. So they're going to be playing against Liverpool tomorrow in a
tough one,
meaningless game.
Yeah,
Liverpool already won. Brighton have nothing to play for. So there it is.
Pride, Craig.
Yep.
Pride.
Sure. There it is.
So much pride.
Yeah.
Yes.
The race for the top 4, though, is top 5. Excuse me, is really where it's at. That's one of the most interesting things going on right now in the EPL. That race for the top 5. Who do you think's going to get in, boys? Who do we think's going to get in there? Do you think I'll put that table back up so you can see again? Who's getting in? We already know Liverpool and Arsenal 1 and 2. Who's finishing 3, 4, 5? Do you think it stays as it is? Do you think Man City move up? Do you think Villa drop? Do you think Chelsea drop? Don't forget, Chelsea play Forest on the last game of the season. Give me something, boys. What we got?
5, huh? I think Chelsea dropped down.
You think Chelsea?
I think the top 3 stayed the same.
Okay.
I think those are the 3 strongest clubs. I think they've been consistent. Newcastle's been on a run as of late. I think Villa jumped Chelsea. And I think Nottingham Forest jumped Man City. And I think it goes Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Villa 4. Nottingham Forest, Man City 5, Nottingham Forest, and then Chelsea drop out.
Wow. I like that prediction. Nate, who you picking in there?
I think it stays exactly the same way, just City jumping into 5th with Villa dropping out.
Villa go to 6 and
Only
City
because,
to 5th. City to 5th.
They have a game in hand.
Got the game in hand.
And they're playing 2 weaker sides. They're playing Fulham and Bournemouth, and I think it's one of those where Pep has to win. Like they need.
Oh, if they don't get to Champions League, my God.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Newcastle has Everton, and that's it. And I think that's a chip shot for them. Chelsea has Nottingham Forest, and that's it. I think that should be fine for them.
Yeah.
And I just think you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to stay the same. City jumped to 6 with Villa staying probably at 5th.
No, I think you originally had it as Villa finishing.
Sorry. City
jumping to 5th. Villa going to 6. Yep. No, that's actually pretty realistic based on them having a game in hand. So
sorry, I'm not fun.
No, that's just the way it is.
All right, hold on. Let me change it to a fun answer. United will finish 5th.
Okay. Manchester United, that is.
Yeah. They found some points under their bed, and they're gonna cash them in. Yeah.
I wouldn't put that past Manchester United or the English Premier League, to be honest.
That's what I say. You should have like a 5 times bonus to use at the end.
A 5 times bonus?
Yeah. I talked about
what?
This. Like you have your last 5 games of the season. You should make it interesting where you can do like a maybe not 5, but like 3 times or something. Yeah. Where if you win, you get obviously 3 times the points, so you get 9 instead of 3.
Multiplier.
Yes, a multiplier. Yes, it makes it interesting
you
you can come from the dead when you're 7th, 8th, and 9th. It makes it even more interesting.
That sounds like an MLS rule right there. Have they talked about this for MLS?
Probably.
Jump into the.
I don't know. I should probably bring it up with Don Garber.
Yeah, when you guys go out and do your brunch that you do every other Sunday, bring it up to Don and see what he says. All right, we're going to be talking about the Europa Europa League Final that's coming up as well. Along with a couple of other things, where is Emiliano Martinez going to end up next season? The rumors are abound right now. That and a couple of other things. Stick around.
All right, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just going to do some light shopping.
Okay.
Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
All right, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. Again, big thank you to our partners like Soccer World there. Without them, we wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't be able to have a space to do this. So big thank you to our friends over at Soccer World. All right, some of the other games this weekend. Villa beat Tottenham on Friday, actually, at Villa Park in a beautiful game on Friday evening there in Birmingham. The weather looked absolutely delightful. Villa 2, Tottenham 0. Lifeless Tottenham put out a subpar team as they get ready for the Europa Cup final. We'll talk about that in a minute. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. Also happened on Friday. Manchester United put out a rather strong team, put up a really good fight against Chelsea. I really thought they were going to go all the way to the end as a 0-0 draw, but unfortunately 1-0 to the Chelsea. Man United looking more ahead to their Wednesday clash against Tottenham. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. Man City versus Bournemouth, that comes up this Tuesday at 3 p.m. That one's going to play a big game in that top 5 race as well. All right, Everton 2, Southampton 0. A game that means absolutely nothing except for this was Everton's last game at Goodison Park. The absolute last game. Huh?
The men. The women are scheduled to play.
Yes, the women. Yes, the women are scheduled to play. For the men, though, the absolute last game for them at Goodison Park as they are moving to their new stadium with corporate naming rights I don't want to talk about. All right, so here is Everton's all-time record at Goodison Park. They've played 2,789 games there. 1,538 were wins, 660 draws, 591 defeats. It's actually they drew more than they lost.
It's a tough place to play.
It's
really, always been.
It was a really cramped, tough place to play, and now they're moving to a big stadium. It looks really nice, by the way. I'm interested to see what kind of atmosphere is inside and how the fans feel about it.
It's a floating stadium, right? It's on the river, right?
Right next to the river, yeah.
Okay.
It's right next to the river. It looks beautiful. I can't remember the name of it. It's got corporate name in front of it, blah, blah, blah.
And what are these people doing? You should be able to detach it from the mainland and go play in the middle of the river if you want.
Yeah.
Come on.
That would be fun. Detached and it floats around the river.
Yeah.
The 90 minutes.
It's like a moving stadium.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But other than that, Everton won their last game at Goodison Park, so congratulations to them. We got a couple of Everton fans who watch us. I know Craig Beebe. I think Jason Umpleby's no, he's a West Ham fan. No. There is another Everton fan I'm forgetting. I can't remember who though.
So few of them, it's hard to.
There's a couple around. All right, that'll do us for that. All right, listen, the Europa League Final. You've heard us mention that a couple of times here. Wednesday, Man United versus Tottenham is 3:00 kickoff at Athletic Bilbao Stadium.
The battle of two teams who can't win.
You got it. All right,
they
Nate,
both lose this
I'm going to put the table back up.
It's going to go to a 5-5 score right into PK added time. It's going to go all through all
players kicking the penalty kicks because all of them will just either go in or miss.
I agree. I hope. So I put up the EPL table
goalkeeper's gotta
here
win
as we
it.
talk about the Europa Final because both teams right now are having, we'll call them down years. Manchester United currently sitting 16th. Tottenham sitting 17th. Man United have 10 wins on the year in the league. Spurs have 11, 39 points and 38 points respectively. Now, Manchester United's goal difference is -12. Tottenham Hotspur's is +2. So both these teams going to be meeting in the final in Bilbao. Tottenham have already beaten them 3 times. Okay. Tottenham have beaten them 3 times, but you heard us talk about it last week. And if you didn't, apologies. We'll talk about it again here. I think we're all picking Man United. No, wait, Nate, you picked, even though you're a Man United fan, you picked Tottenham just for the hell of it.
No, I picked Tottenham.
Did you?
I did.
Danny picked United. I picked United. I
picked anarchy.
I hope the game never ends. I hope it keeps going on until about 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then they quickly have to fly home and play against Villa, and they're just super tired because I need Villa to beat Man United. But either way, you get where I'm going with that. This is going to be a very interesting game. I mean, it's major fan bases around the world going to be tuning in for the Europa League final here. Manchester United are healthier right now because James Maddison and Kulusevski are out. Son is healthy. Richarlison didn't play on Friday against Villa. He played the last 5 minutes. Looked like he didn't want to go into any tackles. They are saving themselves 100% for this final. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to work out. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. 4 times? Ooh, I don't know about that.
Well, and not to stick up for my team, but I understand their league performance has been bang on awful. And just like I described with Crystal Palace, some managers focus and can focus and actually do well in certain tournaments. Oliver Glasner being one of them, finishing 12th, beating one of the top teams. It seems or it appears that Man U play different when it comes to Europa, and their schedule as well as, or not their schedule, but their, you'd say, I don't know, success or whatever, or stats, not losing a single game, so far in the Europa, being one of the only teams that are undefeated in any Europe competition, including Champions League and the Confederation Cup, or the conference. So it just, it tells me that they're focused more for whatever reason. They're the highest rated football team. They have, and they have the most goals per match at 2.5.
Sure.
Their possession is second highest from the whole tournament. Their XG is 31.4, which is the highest in the tournament. So it just seems like they have like a different mindset or mode when it comes to this competition. So
sure, fair.
It's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what team's going to show up. And that's the thing. Is the Premier League team that can't be bothered, and lose against an Everton side? Is that the team that's going to be there, or is it the team that beats a 4th place Liga team? A Real Bet, not Real Betis, Atletico Bilbao. Is that who is going to be there? I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea. So I don't think anyone knows.
I mean, you got to, like you just said, listen, Man United to beat some good teams to get where they're at. They beat Athletic Bilbao. They beat Olympique Lyon.
Yeah.
After coming back from being down against Athletic Lyon, they have played fairly well in this competition. They put an emphasis on this competition. I want to say Tottenham kind of skirted through. Bodo Glimt, are you serious? That's who they had to play in the semifinal?
Hey, Ange had never beaten them until Tottenham. Come on now.
Yeah.
I
think.
Come on.
I'm not trying to say that Athletic Club is this, Premier League level team. You know what I mean? Or Club Lyon is a Premier League. I get it. They're not that level, but they're sure as hell better than a West Ham.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We just lost 0-2 and that's my point. It seems like they can't, they just look different, visually look different when they play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the Europa versus the league. So I don't know if it's a focus. I don't know if it's just mental. I'm not sure, but
All right.
It'll be interesting.
Give me a prediction. Give me the score. Give me what's going to happen Wednesday.
12-12 in extra time.
12-12. Because none of them can play defense, but they can all score?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's going to be just goals off of comical error. There'll be a center back hitting it and like going into their own net. There'll be a goalkeeper going to throw it and flies back behind him. It'll just be both teams will have 11 own goals apiece.
And at the end, who lifts the trophy?
I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't want to do it.
Brooks, who's going to lift the trophy?
Don't make me do it.
A score and who's going to win? Okay.
Give me a score and who's going to win. Yeah, give me a score and then who lifts that trophy. Yeah.
Well, obviously, the winner's going to lift the trophy.
The winning team. That's correct.
Yes.
That is
exactly.
The correct answer. Moving on.
I'm going to say Tottenham wins this one 3-1.
Tottenham wins 3-1.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But there's a lot of injuries.
There is a lot of injuries.
There will be a lot of injuries to both teams.
Oh, wow.
And that'll help your Villa, so you'll win on Sunday.
I hope there's a lot of injuries to both teams. I think Man United win 2-0. I think they win 2-0. They lift the trophy in triumph. They all get really drunk, and then they could care less about the last game at Villa, and they'll still draw with Villa. Welcome to my life, Nate.
I think Villa beat United, but then they're just mathematically out, like I've been saying.
Yeah, it won't matter. In the end, it'll probably because Man City will win both games, everybody else will win, and Villa will finish 6th. And
way to be optimistic, Craig.
It's kind of what I've been saying the whole time.
Welcome to my life, Brooks. Welcome to my life. All right, I do want to know. What?
Like the Simple Plan song?
Yes, exactly. I do want to know from everybody watching online, who wins that game? Who wins the Europa Cup final? Tottenham versus Manchester United, 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. That's 3 o'clock Eastern time. Who wins? Who's lifting that trophy, guys? Put it in the comments. We'd love to know. I know I'll be watching the game. I'll be at work, but I'll still be watching the game. That's probably... I mean, it's Champions League spot. Both teams have to go at it like they've never gone at it. They haven't gone at the season because that is a Champions League spot on the line. And if you have Champions League in the upcoming season, players want to come play for you. That's how this works. You get more money, you get better players, your club grows. You're going to be better next year just because you got into the Champions League. Trust me, both these teams are going to want this. And there's some extra added spice because I think Ange Postecoglou, he's going to be fired at the end if he doesn't win it. Even if he does win it, I think it'll be a week and then he'll be fired. He's had a terrible year. But like he said at the beginning of the season, he always wins trophies in his second season.
There you go.
This is the only one that's left for him. We'll see if that happens. So put it in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win this game, Tottenham or Man United. All right, we got a couple of other things to get to. Historic collapse by what major club? Jamie Vardy scored his 200th goal in what game? And some news and rumors about where players are going. We'll be back right after this.
Tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Good side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
All right, some big things happened this weekend. Milestones were set. History was made. Good and bad. Why don't we start with the bad? Ajax suffer historic title collapse. After a roller coaster of a season, it's PSV that are crowned the champions of the Eredivisie. Just a reminder, Ajax were 9 points clear with 6 games to go. They won today 2-0, but unfortunately the result gave Ajax an unwanted record in European football history. Never has a side failed to win the league when having a 9-point lead with 5 matches to go. Ajax, woo! Bad, and bad. PSV become the champions there. Brooks, I know you did a little something this week, either on the Substack or on the video. I can't remember what it was, but this
It was the video.
The video, our weekly video. That was a big collapse from a major club, man.
I mean, PSV won their last 7 matches.
All of them?
That's after, yes, all of them. That's after they lost to Ajax 2-0 on March 30th.
So pretty much Ajax thought, hey, we just beat them 2-0. Let's call it in. We got this.
Yes. And boy, did PSV not phone it in. I mean, they didn't score. I mean, the least amount of goals they scored was 3.
Whoa.
That's it. I mean, they beat one team 5-0, 4-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-1, 4-1. I mean, they kicked it up a notch.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Ajax, they forgot they were playing, and they finished second.
Isn't what's his face? Boz is their head coach. Wasn't he the former Dortmund coach, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't remember that. Okay.
Nate?
Look it up.
Yeah, like in 2017 and then Leverkusen in 2018.
Okay. But yeah, that was a pretty epic failure right there. But credit to PSV. That's a great run. They didn't give up, and Ajax, they had to do. They win, but they had to win today. But unfortunately, PSV was such a hot streak.
3-1 today, and they closed it out. Yeah,
brought a Rotterdam.
I think you just said it right. Epic failure.
Yeah.
On Ajax's.
Yeah. The only other epic failure. So obviously that was in 6 games. The only other one that was even worse. Well, I don't want to say even worse, but Juventus in 99-2000 had a 9-point lead and ended up losing the league. Lazio was 1 point ahead of them at the end after 8 games.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
another epic failure.
Yes.
4 Americans win the Netherlands League. That's all I got out of that.
Yeah, Tillman,
Desma, Dest,
and Pepe. Yes, 3 of them. Yes.
Yeah. Well done.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Who?
4.
Tillman,
Dest,
Pepe.
Where's the 4th?
Ledesma.
No, I thought Ledesma got dealt.
He's still on the roster.
Is he still on the roster? Okay.
38 matches.
Yeah, okay.
Hey there. Congratulations to those young Americans who win the Eredivisie. All right. So from an epic failure to an epic goat, Jamie Vardy scored his 200th Leicester goal in his farewell game today, which was his 500th appearance for the club as Leicester beat Southampton 2-0. Who they
1500 or what?
500. Sorry, did I say 500th?
Yes, you
500th.
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 I don't know what that is. 500th. Okay.
500th. I don't know.
Yes.
500. He played 500 times for Leicester, and scored 200 goals. Obviously,
pretty good goal ratio.
A ton of trophies with them. The most notably, the EPL. He won the FA Cup. He won everything with that club. Led them to Champions League. Led them to glory. Was relegated with them. Brought them back up, and now he's been relegated again. But unfortunately, in his 13th season here, he is now leaving the club after 500 appearances. So, I mean, honestly, boys, the age that he's at, 38, it's probably going down to the championship and going through that whole thing. That's not going to happen again. A player of like him, but he can come off the bench, as we talked about. He can find another club, come off the bench, or he's heading over to your MLS, Brooks.
I think he makes it at Wrexham.
ML. Why would you say Wrexham? Why would they even want?
There's been a lot of rumors they want him, and they need goal scorers
to do what?
To help them try to get promoted to the Premier League.
Brooks, I
mean, the money that they got, I think they're gonna buy a lot better players.
I've been seeing stuff that they've gotten rid of a lot of guys.
It would be very interesting if he left Leicester, went to Wrexham, who are now competing and playing in the same league as Leicester. Yeah. I don't see that happening. I don't see him doing that. I've seen stranger thing happens in football, though, boys. Like,
he just can't go to Birmingham City.
Oh God, no! Please, anywhere but there.
Yeah.
Oh.
MLS could be very.
I think it's
very
MLS.
possible.
He was a part owner in the Rochester Rhinos for a while. I don't know if
No.
he still has part ownership. I know that club changed hands and changed names and everything.
Maybe he goes to Rochester Rhinos.
It's not the Rochester Rhinos anymore.
No,
yes,
but when
it was an MLS
it.
Next One team that lasted for a year, and it does not exist anymore.
So he has interests. He has business interests over here in America. So this could be the time for him to come on over.
We'll
Who
see.
knows? Who knows? Anyway, he ends his career at Leicester, 200 goals after 500 appearances. So very well done there to Mr. Jamie Vardy. Vardy Party, as they call it. All right, let's talk about that other league. It's not the Farmers League, Nate. I think we've passed that. But the Bundesliga. It's Bundesliga chat time with our buddy Nate.
When it's late at night and everyone falls asleep, it's Bundesliga chat time. And it's the the Bundesliga chat time. It's a boop, boo. It's a Bundesliga chat time. It's a Bundesliga chat time with Craig and Brooks. But we're gonna bring it down.
Bring it down. Oh no.
Wow.
Bring it down. Oh no.
It's the end. The end of the Bundesliga. It is the end. The time has come in the Bundesliga. No more Liga in the Bundes. It's over.
The season has officially finished.
It is officially done.
Should we put up that table? Is that
Let's
what you want
put
me to
up
do?
the table for one last time this year.
There you go. For this season. Yeah, the season has come to an end, as you said. As we know, Bayern Munich.
Boo! So Harry Kane got his first trophy. We talked about that. Looking good under company. Olsey was rookie of the season. Good on them.
So moving on then.
Moving on.
All right, give us
Leverkusen.
Give us the rest of it. Yeah,
I'll just run it down here.
Yeah, do.
Leverkusen. Yep, good on them. Second time. Xavi said bye. His big farewell. Had huge parties in the stands. Who actually was in the stands at a moment, cheering with the fans. They love him. And he's off to Madrid. Frankfurt was seen partying at a local gas station after coming back there.
I saw that. They after the game they stopped at a local convenient gas station and they just were putting on the glasses,
had it on,
hats on, doing all the dancing.
Because they are and a team their size back in the Champions League, which is great.
Yes.
And I think they'll be able to retain a lot of their talent, which also will be nice to have. Dortmund climbed the ladder and back in to a Champions League under Niko Kovac.
They got it done in the end.
Amazing.
He probably
Coach of the year?
He could possibly be, because when he took over, I believe they were sitting around 8th or 11th, and he walked him all the way up.
They were down below 10 at one point.
Yeah, he had a tremendous run. I think it's going to be impressive what he could do with that team if given a full season. So we'll see. And then rounding off Europa and Conference League is with Freiburg and Mainz. Two very good competitions from Mainz, who's being their coach was getting champagne showered during the press conference, post press conference, because that's a
big deal.
Good deal for them. Yes,
it is a big deal for a lot of clubs to get into Europe, even if it's Europa Conference League, because it's more games, more money, and you're going to attract better players. It's a huge deal, and I hate how people poo-poo the Conference League or Europa League. It's a big deal.
Extra money for you.
On the surprising turn events, Leipzig finished 7th, so there's no Europe for them.
Goodbye.
They have to retool, get a new coach, and we'll see what happens and some of the players they have, because they have I hate to use the word star-studded because I know most people don't know in the room, but a very good roster with notable players that likely are going to want to go elsewhere. Stuttgart finished 9th. They actually beat Leipzig in the last match, so good on them. 3-2. At the bottom of the table, we say farewell to Bochum, Holstein Kiel, and we'll see, because Heidelheim has to play Elversberg.
In the playoff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The historic Elversberg. You guys, we were talking about the other day how Elversberg was a historic, great club with players.
We were talking
players, and they're in a stadium, and
Well, show a little history on them. Founded in 1907.
Okay.
They were retooled or rebranded at post-World War II.
Oh.
Okay.
You know, since 1998, they played in Regional League Sud, which is like...
Holy hell.
Like fifth tier?
What is that?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
like fifth tier.
That's fourth tier, buddy.
Yeah, that's low.
12th and 13th, they moved up to League 3, got relegated back down in the 15-16 year, where they remained until 2021/2022, where they got back into League 3.
Huh.
They entered League 2 last season, basically, and now have a chance to move on.
Is it okay for me to root for them over Heidelheim?
Abso-friggin-lutely.
Let's do it.
The only downside on them is they are one of these clubs that if they get promoted, their stadium only has like 10,000.
That makes it even better.
It's going to be tough for them, though, to stay up. But on a positive note, Cologne won League 2. Hamburg's moving up. So two very big noted
Two big clubs, yeah.
Hamburger.
St. Pauli's staying in, which is great for the league because they have great fans, great stadium, great atmosphere.
Yes.
So the league is gonna look and see be a lot neat or cooler with some of these teams in there.
Cool.
We say goodbye to one Thomas Müller.
Oh, he's departed Bayern Munich.
Departed. Probably joining Vardy at Portland FC or something.
I thought LAFC was a possibility.
Sure, maybe. He says he still wants to play. So
yes,
and he pretty much kind of pooped on the English league. Like he's like, meh. You know, like so. I think he's well aware of his ability, and that's what I mean by poop on it. He was just like he wasn't like I'm too good for that. It was more like no
one's come calling yet.
No, I think he made some comment about like if the English league wants me, if Liverpool wants me in their stands cheering them, then sure, no problem. So I think he's a character, so I think it'd actually be kind of cool in the MLS. Harry Kane finished the top scorer under
second year in a row.
Yep, Golden Boot. Sheck and Glisseray were right behind him. Goals and assists. I wrote this down because it was good. Third most goals and assists for the league. Omar Marmouche, who got transferred.
He didn't play half a year there.
That's how good he was.
Wow.
That's how good he was.
He played a full year.
He finished third on goal. Oh, he was
walked it
on pace to be the Golden Boot until he left.
He finished third and he only played for a couple of months. That's incredible.
So it'll be interesting. And the last official, I guess you could call it, major match or League One match outside of the promotion battle will be Stuttgart versus Bielefeld, which actually...
I say, when's that game coming up?
That game, I think, is next week, actually next Sunday. No,
They're
Saturday.
a Bundesliga 3 team, right?
They actually won the league, and they are now Bundesliga 2.
All right.
So, which they were actually sitting around fourth for a while, but then got promoted up. I just checked out the table. So it'll be the winner of the third league versus ninth place Stuttgart. Which, hey man, let's go.
Yeah, it's a chance for a trophy, Nate.
Oh, chance for a trophy and in Europa. It's that winner of that, just like the FA Cup, gets us in Europa.
There you go.
So it's the same. It's a Crystal Palace story. It'll be an interesting match because I think Bielefeld had the luxury of playing all their matches at home throughout the whole tournament. They didn't have to travel. Stuttgart is in good form. Stuttgart is relatively healthy going in. Stuttgart has a better team on paper. So let's see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, awesome. Great Bundesliga chat time with Nate there. And now we're moving on. We got some news and rumors, but before we get there, before we tell you where and who Emiliano Martinez could be playing for next season, we've got the MLS Roundup with Brooks. Brooks, we got some MLS news. We got some games to talk about. We'll show the table in a minute.
But do you have a song?
Do you have?
I know, not yet.
In your heart, it's MLS time with Brooks. It's MLS time. Get your hooks. It's MLS time. Yeah. That was completely made up on the spot. I know. 100%. 100. I had no. I just went with it.
I think he made.
I swear to God, that was completely made up on the spot.
Someone clip that and save it for next week.
It's going to be, I'm telling you,
we can clip it.
These two songs are absolutely going to be stolen both by MLS and the Bundesliga.
You know what? Because both of them are bangers and everybody's going to want to hear them tomorrow. Bangers. All right, Brooks, what do we got for the MLS, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first week of Wednesday MLS night matches, so that's, starting here. They're going to have to get those in, and then got Sunday night tonight. So Philly jumping up in the 1 spot here. FC Cincy and Philly, though, tied on 29 points. So they're doing their job. A good job from FC Cincy there. Yep.
Yeah, FC Cincy getting their act together here as the season goes along.
Yes.
Slow start. Slow start.
Yes.
You're a slow start.
Yeah, I know. That's what my mom said.
He's trying to get things done.
Sorry.
Big disappointment. Montreal obviously down there, but Atlanta in 14th place. I thought they would for the with Latte Law coming in, Miguel Marone. I thought that was a good, they'd at least probably be in the top half of the table at this point. I mean, you got the Fire at number 9 in the spot there,
2 wins out of 14 games from Atlanta with Goodison in goal. And I mean, you had Almiron coming back, like you said.
Yep, Latte La, I thought that was going to be a good championship player. He passed over EPL teams to play in MLS. And
maybe a little bit of a mistake after seeing this.
I watched enough Atlanta United. I watched the first couple games when they were doing well, and then I haven't watched a lot since. But Chicago doing well. Charlotte obviously doing well as well. Actually, Chicago just beat Charlotte. So the Eastern Conference, obviously, it'll always be really close up top there, and then there's always a little break at the bottom. There's separation between sides.
Sure.
Western Conference, Vancouver still on top, 28 points. Just an amazing job that Vancouver's done this year in Champions League, as well as the league. I mean, they're going to be in the final for CONCACAF Champions Cup. It's called now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Minnesota doing very well in second place. San Diego, the expansion side, doing really well.
Holy hell, have they done well. I picked them for the wooden spoon.
Yes.
The worst team in the league, and they are proving me very wrong. 14 games, 7 wins, 3 draws. Congratulations to San Diego on a hell of a start to their MLS campaign.
Yep. My Portland Timbers doing very well. Credit to Phil Neville. They've had some holes to fill, and they've replaced a lot of guys, and obviously they'll probably make a few different moves here in the summer transfer window. But 4th place, usually Portland's a very, very slow starting team. They usually do poorly the first half of the season, and they kind of pick it up towards the middle and end of the season. So this is a good start for them. Hopefully that can continue. LAFC in 5, Seattle in 6. LA Galaxy still struggling.
Wow.
Winless in 14 matches, which they are playing right now in El Tráfico. So
what's the score on that one?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
1-1 with a goal from Marco Royce.
Wow, look at that.
Royce scores. Okay.
Royce.
But we'll see if they can get a win here and not be winless in 15. But
good Lord.
Yeah. St. Louis City, surprisingly, they've done well the past couple years in 14th place. And Sporting Kansas City kind of gotten out of the hole a little bit, but not really with Zavagnin. They've played well against St. Louis City. They've gotten 2 results against their rivals, but they've kind of struggled against other teams. So interesting to see what's going to happen. So I mean, it's still early in the season here. I think some Open Cups coming up here in the next week or so.
Yep.
So we'll have some US Open Cup matches, and then I have to figure out when we're talking about that CONCACAF Champions Cup match. That'd be a big one if Vancouver can win.
Yep.
And then next week we'll talk more about this, but we have a play-in game for the FIFA Club World Cup because Lyon has gotten removed because Grupo Pachuca owns multiple clubs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I remember hearing about this. This is going to be an interesting game.
Yes. So Lyon qualified and they got bumped. So it'll be a 1-game play-in. Club America and LAFC in LA.
Oh.
On May 31st. So we'll see what happens.
We'll talk about that one next week as it gets a little closer on the 31st, obviously. So we'll talk about that next Sunday. So tune in there. We're going to break that game. Or Brooks will break that game down. All right, some other stuff to get to here. We're going to get to that. We got some news and rumors. Where is Leroy Sané going? What did Rooney say about Jean-Claude Mateta? And, I don't know. Rashford? Where could he be going? We're going to get to that right after this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc.
All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
All right, we're going to finish up here with some news and rumors. All right, the big one that's been doing the rounds the last couple of days, especially after Friday, Emiliano Martinez's last game at Villa Park for the season, or in an Aston Villa shirt. Rumors are coming out, and Fabrizio Romano was kind of posting about it as well. Emi Martinez is wanted by Manchester United and Barcelona, but we're also hearing Saudi Arabian teams are poking their noses in and want him.
I think he goes to Barcelona.
Me too.
You think he goes to Barca?
I think that fits him.
Ter Stegen's there. He's come back. He didn't play well today.
Yeah.
Chesney's out, so it'll be Ter Stegen and Emi Martinez battling for that number one.
I think
spot.
he nudges out Ter Stegen.
Yeah.
I think Ter Stegen.
I think they sell him at some point because he won't want to leave.
I think, and I think Chesney's just going to go back into retirement.
He'll retire. Yeah, I agree.
I think he's just done.
So
MLS.
I know I harped on it, Nate. Every chance I got this, well, for 2 years. Yeah. This year, I was calling him the goalkeeper of the year because he has won.
Oh, now you don't like him.
No. If I could show you text messages, my dad and I about 6 months ago saying there's something off this season with Emi Martinez. I think I need to go back and look at the stats, but something like 16 games in a row, the first shot on goal, he let in 16 games. It's a silly stat. In the PSG game at Villa Park, he was responsible for the only 2 goals that they let in. So there's something a little off this year about him.
Sam, right?
Well,
it's okay.
Last year, best goalie of the year. This year, maybe not so much.
By the EPL.
So the Villa could be looking to sell him, and because he is a big character, he's going to demand a fee.
Yeah.
The Villa would demand a fee, which they will then spend and go out and buy on a younger keeper.
And we were talking earlier. I hope United do not go after
it would be a waste of money.
I just think that there's other issues they need to address. That is not the piece to the puzzle that is truly needed.
Right.
I would maybe bring in some younger, better players to try to push Onana, or even replace. But if I'm going to spend a lot of money, it's not going to be right there. I think there's other players, other areas that need to.
I think what's going on is Emi Martinez's agent or someone involved with the Martinez or the Villa is putting these rumors out there about Man United because they're a big club who possibly could need a keeper, or Barcelona, and it's just driving up the price from when the Saudi Arabian team comes.
I don't know, man. I think Barca is actually
that's a legit one.
I think that's legit. I mean, for an Argentina player, I think that's a good environment for a lot of South America players.
Yeah, it really is.
I think he could. I think that's a legit.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's the big one doing the rounds right now. The other one involving a Aston Villa player, Manchester United player, Marcus Rashford. Obviously, Marcus Rashford is on loan from Manchester United to Aston Villa for a couple of months here. He's injured. He wants a move to Barcelona. That has come out very recently. I think this is him wishing, hoping, and praying. I don't think that happens. They will not be able to fit him into that team. Sorry. It's just not going to happen. I think they will find a way to sell him, but I don't think it's to Barcelona. Maybe Villa. If he's not happy at Villa, it'll be someone else, but I think we can all just wave that one goodbye, and it's just a rumor doing the mills there. Mark Guehi, center back for Crystal Palace, who just won the FA Cup. Again, congratulations to them. Is wanted by both Real Madrid and Barcelona. He moves this summer. He absolutely moves this summer, and I think it is to one of those two teams. Both of those teams need someone like him in the center of defense, because if you watched El Clásicos this year, man, every single game was like 5-3 or 4-2 or 3-2. It was an amazing amount of goals that went in the back of the net there. I think that would be a great move for both those clubs. Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace to Spain, we'll say. Arsenal are pursuing Leroy Sané. This
winger
doesn't make much sense.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Go for it. Sweet. Sign Saka, and do we get a forward in the middle? And then sign another winger because
they need more wingers.
It makes no sense. So Leroy Sané's contract comes to an end at the end of July, and he is unwilling to accept Bayern's new terms.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He must be pissed because Olise is there and taking up a lot of the minutes.
Well,
a lot of the time,
yeah,
right?
Olise, Musiala, depending on where they play him, Gnabry, that was when they signed Olise. That's where I even question is how you're going to work all this, because there's so many guys up and down there.
Yep. Someone's pissed, and it's him.
And it clearly, Olise, being the younger, more talented player, is now the guy who's
the it guy at the moment.
He's the it guy.
Yep. So his contract comes to an end, and he could be going on a free to whatever team wants him. Doesn't make any sense to Arsenal. That makes no sense to me, but hey, whatever. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I guess if he's free,
you still have to move people around. You got Lewis Skelly. You've got the other young kid who plays on the other side, and Saka as well. And by the way, they're signing Trossard, who can play both on the left and the right, to an extension. So I don't see that one happening to Arsenal. But hey, again, stranger things have happened in football. Another rumor: Wayne Rooney, Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney, has tipped Jean-Claude Mateta, the Crystal Palace forward who scored all the goals, for a move to Arsenal or Manchester United this summer. I don't see the Manchester United rumor happening. I don't see him making that move there. Personally, doesn't make much sense. I think, although he is a very good player, he doesn't quite fit what I think they're going to be looking for. They could just spend a little bit more time developing what they have to get close to Mateta. Mateta's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's quite Manchester United fitting into that system. I could see Arsenal, though. Arsenal do need a true 9, someone they can float the ball up, who works really hard, who can hold the ball. I really do see that. That really could happen, in my opinion. So yeah, those are the news and the rumors from We Are Soccer for the week.
I'm just gonna finish up here.
Yeah, go for it.
Martinez's agent. So I was looking at Transfer Market UK. The agency has Isak and Emiliano Martinez. They're going to make some money this. They could possibly make some money this summer transfer window dealing those two. That's
for sure. That agency is going to make some money.
They also have Luka Modric, who's at the end of his career.
He's just going to be retiring.
Right? Exactly. And they also have Matic.
Yeah. Okay.
So a couple older guys and whatnot, but they have some young players. But yeah, interesting.
Well, all right, that's going to wrap us up for the week here on We Are Soccer. I do want to say a big thank you again to our partners, Soccer World, soccerworld.net, for all of your soccer gear needs as tryouts are coming up. Be sure to hit up Next Level Training. That is Aaron, Dylan, Scotty, Renato, Summer, and the rest of the group over there at Next Level Training. Sign up for their summer camps. Those spots fill up quick. A big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars. MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information. Tryouts are coming up this week for MLS Next, kids, and June 7th and 8th. So sign up soon. Register for tryouts at MichiganJaguarsFC.com. Big thank you to football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Schedule us, all three of us here in this room, in for some training for anything you've got, Doc.
Help.
We're all old
PT.
and sore and we're hurt. PT is what that's what I was looking for. We need it.
Have sauna, maybe like a whirlpool or something.
Let's put us in a sauna. That'd be pretty good. All right, for us here, we're out for the week, and we will see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.